Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ebony Evaughn here, and today I am pulling back the curtain to give you a behind the scenes look at how I structure my 24-hour work week so that I can stay productive, be profitable, and most importantly, have work-life balance.
There's no stopping me now. I know my 𝗕𝗂𝘄𝗵𝗧𝗃. Money's all over me. I'm called to be rich and be free.
So listen. For years, I was stuck in the entrepreneur hustle and grind culture, working endless hours on my business, sometimes clocking in over 50, 60 hours per week between the early morning client calls, chasing project deadlines, endless emails, and spending late nights cuddled up with Google and YouTube trying to figure everything out and make everything work. But somehow it still felt like I was running on fumes. And in the words of Kendrick Lamar, it was not enough, right? And to be honest, I was living for my business and barely had any time for myself. And the crazy part about that is I started my business because I wanted more time, freedom, and flexibility so that I could travel more. I'm not like most people who they start a business because they want financial freedom and more money. I had a 6-figure job that I quit to start my business. And I was like, I want the flexibility to travel where I want, when I want, and still be able to do something that I love. So that's why I started my business, so that I could free up more time in my schedule, so that I could actually have the flexibility to travel more often. So back in 2017, 2018, I came across this book by Tim Ferriss called The 4-Hour Workweek, and it truly flipped the script for me. Even though the premise of this book is to help people escape their traditional 9-to-5 work model, and it focuses on creating a lifestyle of financial freedom, time flexibility, and location independence by working 4 hours per week, 1 hour per day. That wasn't my goal. My goal was to get to a point to where I could work 4 days per week and then have 3 days to myself instead of working 7 days a week in my business like I used to do. So now what I've done is structure my week so that I could be productive and efficient without having to work crazy hours. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I time block my week, how I balance client work while running my own business, how I stay ahead with a busy schedule, and even make time to travel while doing all of this. First things first, the secret to making a 24-hour work week actually work is being intentional. I try to stick to a Monday through Thursday work schedule, working 6 hours a day, working from 9 a.m. in the morning to 3 p.m. in the afternoons. And then Fridays, those are my flex days, and I'll get into that in more detail in a bit, okay? So let's go ahead and break down what each day looks like in my 24-hour work week. First up is Mondays. Mondays are all about setting the tone for the week. So I like to start my week off by getting all of my meetings out the way. I like to start with my internal team meeting so that I can sync up with my team, focus on priorities, and just make sure that everyone has everything that they need in order to get their work done for the week. After my internal meeting, catching up with my team, then it's time for client meetings. This is where I do my check-ins, kickoff calls, and strategy sessions. So I like to look at Mondays as if these are my people days, right? Where I am in full communication mode. I am an introvert, so engaging with people for long periods of time is actually draining for me. So it helps me when I front load my week so that I can get all of my client meetings, external meetings, team meetings out the way. And then throughout the rest of the week, if I have to, I try to communicate through like Boxer or email, so that I can keep those interactions and communications small so that I don't get exhausted. Let me know in the comments if you are an introvert or if you're an extrovert. For me, it is really draining when I constantly have to engage with people, especially if it's unexpected. So essentially, Monday is my people day where I do all my communication. I try to schedule all of my meetings on Monday, but sometimes, depending on our workload or what we have going on, sometimes meetings do spill over to Tuesday. But the goal is to try to have all the meetings on Monday and then front load them at the beginning of the week. So the rest of the time, the rest of the week, it's deep focus client work and there's not a lot of distractions. Now, Tuesdays through Thursday, this is where all the magic happens. These are my main work days where I usually do like deep focus client work. And I try to do that by time blocking 2 to 3 hours per client project so that I can give each one of my clients my undivided attention and make sure that I'm delivering the best results. So typically, I like to group tasks together so that I can stay in my zone of genius and knock out deliverables really efficiently. No multitasking, just focus, quality work. Depending on my week, what I'm actually doing is going to vary depending on my client needs and the projects. I could be building out SOP libraries, creating SOPs, setting up tech stacks for like email marketing or webinars. I can even be building integrations for things like mini chat and Instagram integrations and automations. It really depends on the client's needs that week, but the key is to stay flexible and focused. Now, I have to be honest, Thursdays can be a little bit tricky. It really depends what I have going on. If client projects run over or there are any loose ends that I need to tie up, I like to reserve Thursday mornings so that I can work on client projects so that I then have the afternoon to focus on my own business. But if I'm all caught up on client work, then the entire day of Thursday is going to be my creative day, which is my favorite because this is a day when I really focus on my own business. What I do really depends week to week. Some days I like to focus on developing new products and services, new offers, creating content, fine tuning any projects within Social Republic, reviewing analytics. I am a numbers girl, so I always like to look at the numbers and see how our conversions are going, sales, how we are on track or off track with our goals. But this is really where the magic happens, where I get innovative and make progress on my own business. It's so important that I always am intentional about carving out time for my own business because even if I'm working on client projects, I don't want to get so bogged down in supporting my clients and helping them to grow in their businesses and then I neglect my own. So I always try to stay ahead and keep my business moving forward. Now, Fridays are usually my recharge day and my day off, unless I have a super busy week. If that's the case, I use Fridays as my catch up day to reset for the upcoming week, tie up any loose ends. If I do work, I try to make sure that it's light and intentional work. Typically, sometimes I get bursts of creativity on Friday, so I may come up with an idea for a social media post or for email or YouTube video. So I'll just like jot that down either in a notepad on my phone or inside of my Notion planner where we put our content ideas. But I try to keep it very light and intentional. Having that flexibility helps me to stay refreshed and it helps me to get ready for Mondays as well. I may tie up loose ends, clear out my inbox. If clients or team members have sent me emails or Voxers asking questions or needing something from me, I'll make sure that I'm not holding them back and creating roadblocks. And then I like to just plan for the upcoming week. But if everything is in order, I am typically off traveling and exploring the destination that I am. I am a part-time digital nomad. So I like to have a 4-day work week so I can focus on working the beginning half of the week, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are mine to travel and explore, enjoy the world, touch grass. So that is essentially how I structure my work week, and I try to reserve Fridays so that I can have a 3-day weekend every single week. So there you have it. That is how I make my 24-hour work week a reality. It is all about being intentional, time blocking, staying focused, and making sure that I create space for both my clients as well as my own business. Now, I know this may sound like a dream for you right now, but trust me, if I could do this, you can do it too. It is possible for you. So I want to end this video with giving you a couple of tips from the 4-hour work week and just productivity habits that have helped me to create this 24-hour work week. So first things first is you want to make sure that you apply the 80-20 rule to your business. This is something that Tim Ferriss talks about in the book, where essentially you focus on high value tasks, the 20% of tasks that are going to generate 80% of the results in your business, right? In addition to that, time blocking is everything. Give yourself task boundaries. I love using the Pomodoro method, where basically I like to do either 45-15 or 50-10. Essentially, you work in spurts where you do deep focus work for 45 minutes and then you take a 15-minute break. Or I also like to do 50-10, where I work for 50 minutes straight and then take a 10-minute break. And this really helps me to stay focused. And there are tons of YouTube videos that actually have like lo-fi music that you can listen to help you stay on track. I will try to link some of my favorite videos, or one of my favorite videos, down in the comments for you. But essentially it plays music to help you with deep focus work. In addition to that, listen, outsourcing and automation is going to be your friend. I could not have the flexibility that I have in my schedule without being able to rely on my team and without having system automations in my business so that I don't have to be the focal point of everything. And then last but not least is prioritize rest. Regardless of where you are in your business, be intentional about making time for yourself so that you can rest and recharge. You are not a machine. You are not AI. Being able to take rest is going to help you to stay productive, okay? So start small and work your way towards a schedule that feels good to you. If you found this video helpful, please do me a favor and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments, how do you structure your work week? How many hours are you currently working? What would your ideal work week look like? Are you trying to get to 20 hours per week? Maybe you're trying to be like Tim Ferriss and have that 4-hour work week. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And other than that, I just want to say thank you guys so much for stopping by my internet home. As always, if you want to see more behind the scenes tips on how I run my business efficiently, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notification bells so you will be the first one to get notified anytime I upload another video like this. Bye, y'all.